Hey, how's it going? It's Sophia here from Zen Guidance. I hope all is well with you today, and thank you for clicking on this pick a card reading. I hope that this will bring you the clarity and guidance that you seek. So, in this video, we're going to be looking at will you reconcile with your person? So, the person on your mind, will you get back together, or is it really over? So, all you need to do to find out is choose one of the three images on your screen. Feel free to pause the video here if you need some time. And once you've made your choice, you can go to the description box below, where you'll find the corresponding timestamps to your chosen pile. You'll also find the link to my website, so if you'd like to book either a personal reading with me, a remote Reiki session, or a natal chart reading, that's where you'll find all the information. Okay, so let's get into your reading now. Click the timestamp and I'll see you there. Okay, group number one. So let's take a look at whether you and your person will reconcile moving forwards, or is it really over? So get your person nice and clear in your mind. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Okay. So will you and your person reconcile, or is it really over? Okay, we've got Moon, Aries, North Node. Okay. So one of you or both of you could have some Aries, Pisces placements in your charts. Immediately I am getting though that this doesn't feel like it's over to me. I know that's very, very quick. I didn't expect it to feel so quick, that answer, but yeah, I don't feel like it's totally over. I feel like there is some kind of unfinished business here. I'm sensing that you are more of this Moon person, like you are more emotionally sensitive. You may be the one that's more confused about what's going on between the two of you. And it feels like your person may be a bit more impulsive, like they're coming through as Mars. So they may have been the one to exit, or they may have left the connection without an explanation, or they did things in a very impulsive or quick way. But it's like neither of you really wanted to give up on each other, I'm sensing here. But it's like things just went silent. Again, whether this was their choice or your choice to move in silence, it feels like that's where things stand. But then the North Node here, this is about you both feeling pushed out of your comfort zones in some way. So I do feel this connection has been inspiring you both to grow on an individual level, but also as a couple. Like you are meant to grow together in some way. But at the same time, it's very hard. It's challenging. Like this isn't an easy connection by any stretch. So there may be certain obstacles that are in the way, whether there are other people involved, whether it's long distance, whether one of you is ready for commitment and one of you isn't, but at the same time you both want each other. There's definitely obstacles here that are coming between you, but again, I feel like these obstacles are very testing for you and your person when it comes to your connection. Okay. Let's get some more information about this, please. Empathic starseed. Your life is a canvas. Okay. I feel like you both are very empathically connected to one another. Like you feel each other's emotions even when you're not together, and you may not always realize that you're doing this. But it's like suddenly if your mood changes for no apparent reason, it could be that you're picking up on your person's mood, and also vice versa. They may not realize that they're picking up on your mood sometimes. But here, this is about absorbing what isn't yours. And I feel like this is also connected to other people. So if there is a lingering ex on the scene, or an overbearing parent, or an intrusive friend, I feel like, especially on your person's side, it could be your side as well, or reverse the energies if it makes more sense to you. Okay, because I pick up on energies as a whole. So if I'm speaking about you, just reverse it if it does make sense when it comes to your person. But it feels more like your person is very sensitive as well. Like you're very sensitive, but I feel like you are more protective of your energy. So you may be more into spirituality and spiritual protection. You might be somebody that's a little more introverted. You may spend less time with a lot of people, or when you spend time with certain people, you make sure to protect your energy with crystals or with saging or just with your visualizations, imagining you being in a protective bubble. Okay, something about your energy seems like you are more protective, maybe because you can be more sensitive, or you have been more sensitive, or if you do, like I said, practice spirituality or work within the spiritual community, this may be something that you know that you need to do, or you keep practicing, so other people don't infiltrate your energy quite so much, whereas your person, they may be less spiritually aligned, or they may spend a lot more time with other people. Maybe in their work, they work with a lot of different people, or they've got a lot of different friends, or a very large family. Maybe they grew up in a large family. Something about them taking on a lot of this energy from other people, and they are absorbing what isn't theirs. So it's also connected to how they are reacting, how they act towards you. It's not always based in true authenticity in their feelings. Sometimes it's coming from other people they're connected to, and they don't always consciously realize it, or maybe ever realize it. I feel like you're more in this creative energy. Like you may be a natural creative person, okay? But I feel like this is you manifesting, okay? So I don't know if you've been trying to manifest this person. Now, maybe you feel like you did manifest them if you were like thinking about your dream person and then they came in and they tick all of those boxes. But this could be as well, since things have been quiet between the two of you, you may have been trying to manifest that they reach out, or that you will get back together, or that you will reconcile. So if you have been manifesting that you'll reconcile, it does seem like it will work, okay? Because I do see you coming back together. It may take some time, but I do feel like, I don't know, there's a part of you that feels lost without this person. And you just want to feel like you can have direction again with them being back in your life. I'm just getting another deck here. Will you reconcile with your person? Will you reconcile, please, Spirit? Will you reconcile? Okay, the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. And then my soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. Okay. So somebody ran away from this because of fear. So as and when things have gone cold, it feels like it's a fear-based reaction. So again, whether you ended this or your person did, it feels like, yeah, it was a fear response. Okay, maybe one of you or both of you may have been worried about your ego being bruised or dented, and so cut things off prematurely in order to preserve that. I feel like with your person as well, there's somebody that they may not often commit. They may be more of a player, or somebody that has a lot of quick connections, I'm sensing. Like they may enter into connections, but they don't seem to last very long. Certainly in recent times, they may have had long-term relationships previously, but I would say in recent months, recent years even, that they have had more superficial, quick burning connections in this Aries energy. And I feel this is in part down to them feeling like they really need to feel something in their heart. They need to feel compelled to commit, to move forwards with it. And the people they've been with previously haven't compelled them to feel that way. Hence why they end up leaving the connections, or they may sabotage the connections so they end quite quickly. I feel like that is also a fear response as well from your person. Okay, I'll just have a sip of my coffee, one sec. But I feel like with your person, like when they feel they really want something, like when their heart is engaged, when they decide to commit, they truly give it their all. But this may be why as well they have been tentative about committing, because they're not sure how they really feel. Okay, but also they're afraid, if they commit to you, they know they're going to have to truly commit to you. Maybe you've even laid boundaries with them. You've laid it out on the line for them that you are looking for something more serious. You're looking for something long term. You may have quite strong boundaries. And they themselves are wondering whether they can overcome those hurdles, okay? Whether they can break down your walls and barriers, okay? Whether they have enough passion, enough willpower in order to do so. Okay. Will you reconcile? Will you reconcile, group one? Will you and your person reconcile? Choose your beliefs. New vitality. Daydreams and decisions. And the base chakra. Okay, one more please, Spirit. Just breathe. Okay. So, I do feel that there is going to be a reconcile, but what I do sense is that there may be an argument before that happens. Because I'm seeing a lot of heat, and as we know, heat rises, and I just feel like maybe there's some residual anger or resentment that's been building up between the two of you, okay, especially in this silence. Okay, maybe there has been a big argument that caused the demise of your connection, but it feels like this is your person wanting to fight for this. Because I feel like here they did have a dream that things could work out with you. I feel like they saw you as ticking all of their boxes, as somebody that they could genuinely settle down with, that they could really commit to. But I feel like their commitment has been tested here when it comes to you. Whether they can truly fight for you, whether they feel that pull to fight for this connection. And I do feel they're going to feel it, or they're already starting to feel it, group one. They're realizing that they do need to fight for this, because they do feel something more strongly for you. I do feel that they are still afraid. They're still stressed out. I feel like you're both mentally stressed about this completely. You're both stressed without each other. You're stressed without clarity about knowing how the other one feels. I feel like your person is also getting some advice. Okay, I see them here, and we've got the three figureheads. I feel like they're getting advice before they move forwards with you. So they're either talking to friends or family, a therapist, or even getting advice online, okay? They are getting advice about what to do. Because, again, maybe if they're so used to short-term relationships, they're not used to fighting for something that could be long-term. They're not used to doing those things that it really takes in order to sustain a long-term relationship. So I feel like this is why they are seeking advice from other people that have more experience, that have a greater understanding about the situation they find themselves in with you. And it's interesting, we've also got 7-7. So it may be by the number 7 is when you will reconcile. Could be 7 days from now. Could be 7 weeks. I actually don't feel like it will be that long based on all of this passion that I see here, because I feel like it's the passion, it's the drive that's going to push your person back towards you. Which is why I feel like it's going to be more quick than slow. Because sometimes, obviously, people can come back at any different points, okay? And it's different trigger points that will bring them back together, or you two bumping into each other or something. But I don't feel like that with this group. I feel like it's more like there's something here, maybe even them realizing that they've lost you, if they feel like they've lost you for good, okay? And then they start to go through life without you. They start to, go back to normality without you. And then they start to feel sad. They start to feel lost. And that's what starts to trigger them, where they're like, I need my group one back. I need them back. I need to feel that way again. I need to be in their company again. I need to be in their presence. So, yeah, they are seeking advice. And I do feel they're going to get good advice as well. Okay. The advice that they're seeking is or receiving is coming from a genuine place, because the people that they're asking, if these are people they know, really do care about them and their well-being, and they want them to be happy. And I feel like these people want to see them happy in a relationship. So yeah, it's coming from a very genuine place. And now, of course, even if they're looking online, I feel like the sources of information they're looking for are coming from genuine places as well. Because obviously we can't trust every single piece of information that is online, but I feel like the particular pieces of information they have sourced have come from genuine places of people wanting to help. Okay, so they are getting good advice. Now on your side, I feel like this is you not doing anything. I feel like this is you waiting. Okay, so you may have been the last one to reach out to them. You may have been the one to end this. Okay, even if it was their actions that led you to be the one to end this. I feel like it was quite quick. Something about it being quite hasty here. I feel like you were just like, no, not dealing with this, not putting up with this. Like, it may not have even been something that big, but it was a big deal to you. It was big enough for you to say, no, can't deal with this. Or even, for example, if it was this person that ended it, like you may have just been like, yep, like you didn't want to fight for this, or didn't appear like you wanted to fight for this. Because I get the sense with you, group one, that it's like, in your mind, if you feel like they're not wanting to fight for this, if they don't want you as much as you want them, like you don't want them anymore. Okay, so it may have been that energy that you were in, or maybe you're still in, where it's like, I only want them truly deeply if they truly deeply want me. So, but it may be as well if your person just went cold on you, your person may have just ghosted you, and that may have also triggered you to then, put the flame out here, because this to me is like snuffing out a candle. Okay, like extinguishing the fire, extinguishing the connection very, very quickly. And again, I feel like this was for you out of fear. Okay, out of fear of you being the one to be rejected. So this may be about control, where you decided, I need to take control of this. If they're going to behave this way with me, if they're going to, like I said, let's just say it is ghosting. If they're going to ghost me, this is how I'm going to respond. I'm not going to put up with it. Okay, so there's also element of ego coming through in your decisions as well. Feeling the need to be in control and not letting your ego get bruised. Okay, but I feel like you still feel a very physical connection to this person. You may still be very physically attracted to them, physically drawn to them. You may be thinking about them in a very physical way. Or it may be that you're thinking that this was a very physical connection. Maybe you're also wondering, is it any more than just a physical connection? But I still feel like this is kind of you waiting, and maybe you're even picking up on them in a very physical way. Again, we've got this energetic sovereignty, which is needed, the empathic starseed. Okay, so yeah, maybe that there is a need for an energy cleanse. As you're watching this, you could have some kind of health issue going on. Okay, it could be your time of the month if you're a female as well. I'm sensing that for some of you. So, or it may be that you ended things around your time of the month, or they did if they were a female. It may have something to do with hormones. Okay. Now, yeah, let's get tarot now. Okay, so will you and your person reconcile, group one? Will you and your person reconcile, please? Will you and your person reconcile? Okay, we've got the Star, Ace of Cups, Four of Swords, Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands, Hangman, Seven of Cups. Okay. Still, there's a lot of stress in this connection, and a lot of stress with you two not being together. Again, I feel like your person is coming out more in this fiery energy, and you're coming out as more of this detached energy at this moment. But it's interesting, we've got the Seven of Cups, we've got 777. I really feel like this is a time frame of when you'll get back together. So it could be, like I said, 7 days, could be 7 hours, could be the 7th of the month, could be 7 a.m., 7 p.m., like when you start talking again, for example. But I feel like you really do want to fight for this, group 1. You do. You have genuine feelings for this person. Okay, you want to offer them your cup of love here. Like you, even though you may be detached at points and you may feel like there's no way I'm going to do that, but like you want to, like you still, I almost heard you say like, you still have my heart. Like this person, group 1, still has your heart. Even if you do decide to date other people, it's like you still feel this special connection to your person and you do want to fight for this. But obviously right now is how things stand. It's like you're both cut out from the connection right now. Your person is feeling, I would say, more stressed than you. You might be stressed as well, but you may be coping with it better than they are at this time. Especially if you are the one, as I said previously, that leans more into the spiritual side or into your religion, into faith. Like if you're somebody that says, you know what, if we're meant to be, we're meant to be. Accept whatever is meant to happen. Okay, or you're maybe able to just channel those energies in a healthy, positive way. Whereas I feel like your person can be a bit of a self-sabotager. Okay, I feel like they can turn that knife inwardly. They beat themselves up a lot and, you know, they don't know how to process their anxiety, or they don't know how to manage any uncomfortable feelings that come up for them. So, yeah, this is why I feel like they can end up self-sabotaging or sabotaging the connection. But they do still feel a great passion for you. They do. And I feel like they see you as somebody that is very confident, that is self-assured. And that may also be partly what throws them as well, because they may not always be that confident. They may not always feel that secure within themselves. Okay, and they're worried at times whether you're too good for them, I just heard. So that could also be what throws them at times, whether they can actually give you what it is that you truly deserve. So let's look at the romance angels now. Will you reconcile? I just feel like your person needs to get out of their head. Like they're such an overthinker and it really does cause issues. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more attractive. So yeah, I do feel like this is them thinking this about you. Okay, now of course you may feel this way about them if you do see them as somebody that has high level self-respect. But I'm really feeling like this is, because what I was just saying here, like your person holds you in very high regard. And I feel like the way that you've handled yourself through this connection makes you more attractive to them. Okay, so this may as well be in part why they are thinking about coming back together, because sometimes it's the way that you react post-breakup, okay? And there's something about you showing that you have self-respect, that you are strong, that you are a secure person, and their actions or inactions don't phase your connection to you, okay? It doesn't stop you from loving yourself. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this may be the advice that they've been given, like to crack a joke or to like try to get back into like the fun mode, you know, to just, yeah, to be light, to be playful, not to be too heavy. So yeah, that may be the advice. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So yeah, it really is true love. Okay, there is a strong love between the two of you. And I do feel like you're both able to feel quite childlike when you're together. Like I feel like when you were together, you had a lot of fun. You were always laughing or joking around or sort of doing childlike activities. Like you could just really enjoy each other. Okay, and I feel like your person really does want to recapture that. Okay, they're ready to recapture that now because this is a true romance of a lifetime. Like, you both feel this way. This definitely isn't one-sided. Okay, and I just feel like your person is having to make some choices here about how to bring this back into alignment. Okay, so I'm just going to get some astro dice to close this out. If this is resonating, by the way, please leave a purple emoji in the comments or like the video, just lets me know it makes sense. Okay, so we've got Sagittarius, we've got Jupiter and the number 12. Okay, so it could be that there is a distance between the two of you, a long distance. You could be from different backgrounds. Now, it could be that, what was I going to say? Yeah, it could be one of you travels a lot for work, but it could be as well to connect it to higher learning. You could have met this person through school or through some kind of training, or this may be as well that you've still got a lot that you need to learn from each other. Still a lot of growth, okay, because Jupiter represents expansion as well and good luck, good fortune. So I feel like you two coming together, you'd be very much like a power couple. Like, you'd both be very, very strong. I feel like it would also come out as quite unexpected in a way. Like, you two may not seem like a conventional match, but when you come together, you are like the perfect match when things actually align for the two of you. Okay, so we've got number 12 as well. So we've got 12 and 7, so this could be a time frame as well. Again, I feel like it's quick energy here because Sagittarius is very quickly moving. So yeah, I don't feel like it'll be long before you come back together. It does feel like it's moving quickly. But 12 also represents the 12th house in astrology, which is Pisces energy. So I really do feel you have a spiritual connection. I also feel like you've been dreaming about each other, daydreams and night dreams. But it's all connected to the subconscious. Okay, one of you may even have Jupiter in the 12th house, for example. But there's a lot of growth happening below the surface that you don't always see together. But I do feel it's a very powerful connection. You're both meant to help each other grow. You're both meant to feel challenged in this connection. It's not supposed to be an easy street type of relationship. It definitely feels like it's one that does provoke and challenge you both to grow as individuals and, as I said in the beginning, to grow together in love. Okay, so you can both reach your life's purpose and destiny. So this is what I see for you, group number 1. I really do hope it resonates. If it does, please comment below. I'd love to know what you think. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Hi, group 2. So let's take a look at whether you and your person will reconcile. So get them nice and clear in your mind. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Get relaxed. And let's see, will you and the person on your mind reconcile? Yes or no? Okay, so we have Aquarius, the 9th house, lunar eclipse. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of darkness here in your connection. Now we've got Sagittarius, Aquarius, but I'm also picking up Scorpio here. A lot of Scorpio is definitely coming through. Now there may be something that's hidden about this connection. Okay, it may be a secret. Now this could be because one of you or both of you may be involved with other people. That could be why. Or it may be that you just wanted to keep it private, to keep things under wraps in some way. Or maybe one of you wanted to keep it private. But it definitely feels like there's a darkness here. And it may even be that you would meet at the night time. Maybe you met for the first time at night. Or maybe this is where your connection truly comes to life, is during the night time when you're spending those evenings together. Because obviously as well, everybody works. Maybe that you both work during the day, but then you come together at night. And that's when things get pretty crazy. But I'm seeing something about the hand here. There's like the hand there and the hand, she's like opening up the hand, which is giving me Gemini energy. I don't know if one of you has very healing hands. One of you could be into Reiki, be a Reiki practitioner. One of you could be a palm reader. Okay, so it could be you or your person. You may know about this, you may not. Okay, it may be a hidden talent of some kind. Now, it could also be that this is a long distance connection with the ninth house. So that could be where there is an obstacle between the two of you, the distance. I definitely feel like one of you could be psychic. Okay, again, so it could be a palm reader, could be tarot reader, astrologist. Like there's psychic activity coming here in your connection. Now, it could be both of you that feel this way. But I don't know, it does feel like it could be you, group 2, it could be you, but please do reverse the energy if it makes more sense. And like I said, it may even be both of you. But I just feel with this Aquarian energy, this is the energy of like, yeah, I know things, I just know. Like this is like claircognizance. Obviously you've got clairvoyance, which is clear seeing, seeing visions, psychic visions. Claircognizance is just knowing, like I know this is happening, or I know this is going to happen. I don't know how I know, but I just know. But here as well with this lunar eclipse, I mean, there is a change. There is a change coming between the two of you. Now, at this very moment, I'm not sure as to whether it means that you will be together or come back together yet. But there's definitely a change I see coming. Maybe you even met around the lunar eclipse, the last lunar eclipse. Let me just see, will you get back together? Will you and your person reconcile? Will you get back together, or will you go your separate ways? Okay, we've got perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. Again, look at the darkness we have there. And then we've got deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Oh my God, and then the void on the bottom of the deck. This is all very, very dark. Very, very dark. I do feel like the space that you're going through right now is and was needed. Okay, I feel like you're both healing on individual levels at this time. So I do feel like you two coming apart was divinely guided. Okay, whether you stay apart or you come back together, I do feel like you at least needed a break from each other to reevaluate things, to see whether this connection is truly worth saving, whether it is meant to be in that way. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from my illness. I'm getting there. Let me just have a sip of my coffee. I would mute the mic. I used to do that, but then sometimes that actually knocks the connector and then I lose sound. So I think it's hopefully you'd rather hear me cough than have no sound at all. Okay, one sec. Okay. So, I'm going to go to this deck now. I know so far it's not giving me a straight up yes or no, so I will get more information whether this is a yes or no. Will you reconcile? Will you and your person reconcile, yes or no? So we've got the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. And then I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. So that's two cards talking about ego. Okay, both cards talking about ego here. I feel like you are both very much in your ego when it comes to this connection. Both of you are afraid for it to be bruised. Okay, for you to lose faith, for you to feel like a failure. Neither of you want to feel like that with one another. So it kind of feels like you are mirroring each other in this way. And I get the sense that you're both very stubborn. Like neither of you are willing to be the one to break this no contact or to be the one to initiate this reconcile. It's like you're both trying. I feel like you're both trying to move on. And of course you're here because you are curious. I feel like you have more faith than your person does right now. Now, that may change in the future, but I feel like your person is more on the darker side here. Your person may be more of a negative type of person. They may lean towards the negative or to be quite critical. Whereas you, I feel like, have more faith, more hope. Like I'm sensing that. Like you are more of an optimist. You're somebody that Even you could have been hurt multiple times in your life, but each time you come into a new connection, you wipe the slate clean and you start again. And it's not to say you don't have trust issues, and you do, but at the same time, it's like you don't want to bring those trust issues or baggage into a new relationship. I'm just getting a more innocent sense from you. But I'm also sensing here as well that you're somebody that's been through a lot of pain in your life, a lot of pain. Like, you've been hurt so many times, but that's where I feel like you're also incredibly strong, because you've gone through healing and you've found ways to process your emotions and to cope with the suffering that you've been going through. But there's a lot of pain in her eyes that I'm seeing here. It's almost giving me some paku eyes, okay? Like where it's the white is below the iris, which means that you are more susceptible to pain outwardly happening to you, painful things happening to you. Whereas at the Sanpaku eyes at the top, where the white shows above the iris, can be like a lot of anger that's within that needs to come out. So you could be the danger towards other people. But I feel like you are, like I said, more innocent. I'm always getting like a deer. I just had like a deer. Like you are just like a sweet deer in the forest, just living your life, like looking for berries, like, connecting with the other woodland creatures. Like you're somebody that can just get along with other people very well. Very, like you're very, what's the word? Bubbly person, but malleable. Like, again, you're easy to get along with most people because you're also very empathic because you've been through so much pain. So, you can naturally feel drawn to those other people that can be in pain. Like you may be somebody that rescues animals in pain. Like you never like to see any animals or even people in pain. But I feel especially animals, okay? Like I just feel like you're coming out as very earthy, very grounded, but again, very caring about, the greater good, okay? And I do feel like you really do care about this person and their feelings for you. But this person is definitely much more guarded, I feel like. I feel like they are not anywhere near as open as you are. I feel like they are incredibly protective over their heart because they've also been through a lot of pain. They've also been through a lot of sadness, a lot of rejection, but I feel like they've handled it very differently to you, whereas because you still see the world through these beautiful doe eyes, through the eyes of innocence, okay, where you feel like, I know people don't really mean to hurt me or that they haven't meant to cause me pain, but that's just a projection of what they're really going through. So you can really discern and look at the whole picture and empathize with them, even if they are harsh towards you. You have that ability to empathize. Whereas your person, not that they don't have that same ability to empathize, but I feel like they do struggle more to empathize. Like they're much more closed off. Like they definitely give me very mysterious vibes. Like you may struggle to work this person out. Okay, like you may sense that there's something deeper going on here. Like you may sense that there's something sweet and soft beneath this hard outer shell with this person, but you struggle to penetrate those layers because they have so many blocks up, so many walls up. This person is very suspicious as well. Like they really aren't a very trusting person, nowhere near as trusting as you are. So they may not either trust you or trust this connection, but I feel like a lot of this is about themselves. Like they don't trust themselves. They don't trust themselves to be as open and loving as you are. Okay, I feel like, I know this is going to come out of left field a little bit, but for some of you, I feel like they may have been abused as a child. Okay, I'm definitely sensing some abuse here, whether it was in their childhood or maybe even in previous relationships. But yeah, I'm just sensing black eyes here. So I just feel like they've been pushed around a lot. They've gone through a lot of abuse. So again, it's made them highly suspicious of when people are kind to them, because I also feel like there were people that lulled them into abuse, but through kindness initially. Like how a serial killer would lure, a murderer would lure kids in with sweets, but then would obviously do horrific things. So it's something here where I feel like they're wary about when somebody is very sweet, very kind, because they have felt lured in by that energy in the past and it's steered them wrong, okay, and they felt hurt. So this may be as well, if they were the ones to pull away, it may be that they were like, group two is too nice, like there's got to be something wrong with them, they've got to have an evil side to them, or they've got to have an ulterior motive as to why, you know, they're being so open and so nice to me. So yeah, this person, like I said, is highly suspicious. They lean more towards the negative, okay? But that's their fear response kicking in. You know, that is them protecting themselves, okay? But let's see, will you reconcile? Will you reconcile with them? Will you reconcile? Okay, we have flow. Seek the truth. Will you and your person reconcile? Group two. Will you reconcile? Teach. Will you reconcile with one another? Coming together, reverse. Yeah, this is not feeling that positive, I'm sorry to say, group two, in terms of a reconcile. Now, I will say as well with these reconcile readings, it doesn't mean it's a never ever to be, never ever will you reconcile. But I feel like in this more immediate future, when it really counts, okay, at this moment, I feel like you are going to remain separate for now, because again, it's like you're just on two very different wavelengths right now. Like you are coming across as, again, somebody that's much more free, more open, more loving. You might be a teacher, okay? You might be, some kind of therapist. You may be somebody that is really great at giving advice, somebody that is there to help people, that is unselfish, that's very giving, very loving. And yeah, you come out as the light, whereas your person over here, again, struggles to trust. They struggle to be open. They struggle to be expressive. They're so closed off. They're so afraid. It's almost like I'm getting a vision of a pound, like a cat that is, right at the back in the pound, and they've been there such a long time. They were abused, they were left out in the cold, and then they're so unused to being loved. They don't know how to show love, but they know deeply they crave to be loved. But then every time somebody comes up to the cage, all they know how to do is to react out of fear, and so they scratch, they hiss, and then they scare people away. But it's not what they really want on the inside. They do want to be loved, like everybody wants to be loved, truly. But they just don't know how to express it. They don't know how, because it's almost like they've never really been shown that. They've never been shown that real love, that real kindness and care. Or perhaps not for a long time, okay? Even if they had a lovely childhood, it may be that they haven't been in a loving romantic relationship for a long time. They may have been in a lot of abusive relationships. Okay, so it's like your person doesn't trust, but then I feel like that also creates this sense of untrustworthiness within them. Like they then they lie, they deceive, okay, because they themselves don't know how to be open and honest and authentic. That's not the way that they've been shown in this lifetime. Now, it's not to say that they can't or won't change moving forwards, but it does feel like you're on very different paths right now. And I do feel that there is an element of divine protection for you, okay, that you are not meant to be together right now because they are too dark. They will then penetrate your light, okay? You may become more pessimistic by being with them or speaking with them, or it would cause you to have more trust issues than maybe you already have, or they may start accusing you of things because, again, they don't trust. Like, why? It's almost, even for this person, it's really sad. Honestly, I feel really sad for this person. Because, and I feel sad for you, I really do. But I just feel like you have a lot more strength than they do. And I just feel like, this person self-sabotages a lot. They truly want love. They do want that, but they're just too jaded at this moment in time to be able to receive it, because I feel like they don't give love to themselves, and I feel like they're just going to end up bringing you down if you were together rather than you being able to lift them up, which is what you may have wanted to do as well. Okay, for you, group two, is, again, you're somebody that does feel very empathically towards other people and towards animals, and you may see them as like this wounded soul, and you just want to help them, you want to heal them, you want to lift them up into your light. but it's almost like they're so far gone at this point. They're so deep into this darkness that energy is so much stronger, and it'll end up infiltrating yours, okay? And then you will both end up in the darkness rather than you both ending up in the light, okay? I do feel you both have romantic reciprocal feelings for each other. If that's something you're wondering, if you're wondering whether they ever truly cared for you, I do feel they did, okay? And I feel they still do. Like, I feel like they didn't want this to be over, but I feel like on a level they do appreciate that, again, maybe you're too good for them. And I don't mean too good like you're a better person, but in terms of like, so too good as in too sweet, too kind for them, that they almost know that they're going to end up sabotaging it or end up hurting you or causing you further pain, which they don't want to do, because they almost see you as this like beautiful innocent soul that they want to preserve, even if that means them having to walk away or them losing you. You know, I feel like they're so used to loss in their life, and they're just like, well, I've done this before, I can do this again. Again, it's very sad, but I feel sad for both of you in this, because you both feel the same way. You both truly care about each other, and you are like the yin and the yang. You're the light, they're the dark. And again, it's not about them being bad or you being good, but it's just like you're polar opposites right now. And yes, opposites can attract, but it doesn't mean opposites can make it work and stay together for the long term. But as I said, just because this is a no for now doesn't mean it will be a no forever. If your person is able to pull themselves out of this dark place, if they're able to start seeing things in a more positive way, in a more hopeful way, it could work in the future. But I feel like until that point, it's going to be too much of a struggle for the two of you. Okay, so we have the Fountain. So this is a breakthrough. I feel like you are having a breakthrough about this person. Now, maybe through this reading, this is helping. I hope it is. And by the way, if this reading is resonating with you at all, please comment a yellow emoji below or just like the video. Lets me know I'm on the right track. But yeah, I feel like you've had some epiphanies about yourself, about this connection very recently. The Knight of Swords. Okay, will you reconcile? Will you reconcile? You may speak again. You very may well speak again to each other. I don't feel like this is over in terms of communication. I do feel that there is more to come here. Okay, but I am sensing it's a struggle to, like I said, be together in a relationship right now. Now, for some of you, you may work together. Okay, you may work together, but I'm also sensing something on your side where you may be speaking to somebody else, or somebody else may be coming in to kind of save you from this, even if they don't know what they're saving you from. It's like there's somebody coming here that wants to rescue you. I don't feel like it's them. I feel like it's somebody else entirely. So you may know who this is, but this may be a surprise to you. You may not know about this just yet, but I feel like there's somebody that energetically feels like they need to come in and lift you up at this moment in time. I do feel your person does want to come back together. I feel like they see that you had a very strong physical connection, okay, with the Lovers card. Like, they still think about you. I feel like they'll also forever regret you if they aren't able to pull it through to get back together. Okay, I do feel like, yeah, they will always think about you in that way. Whereas I feel like you will be able to move on. You actually may move on more quickly from this person, because I feel like, again, you have healthy coping mechanisms. You're able to, again, lean into your guide, your inner guidance, or to higher source and say, yeah, if this is not meant for me, I understand that, and I can let them go, as painful as it may be. Whereas your person, I feel like, doesn't have those same coping mechanisms, and they may struggle. Okay, for some of you, this person could already be in a relationship. Okay, it could be that, like I said, I don't know if I said that earlier, but it could be that they are already in a relationship. They could be living with somebody. They could be married even to somebody. So this could also be why, in part, that there's so much darkness here. Okay, and again, the privacy, the hidden aspects to this. So it may be as well that they feel like they need to focus on their other connection at this moment in time, if that is the case. But for some of you as well, I feel like they're really sinking their teeth into work. Okay, they want to focus on their work, focus on practical things. And I feel like that is also their go-to, okay, when they're going through pain or loss, because that's the only aspect of their life they feel they have control over. And it may be what they did when they were going through some kind of abuse or pain when they were younger, okay? Like maybe they started doing something practical, some kind of hobby or something that they were able to distract their mind from in some way. But yeah, I am still struggling to see this actual reconcile. But as I said, I do feel you will speak again. If you're wondering, maybe that's just all you want anyway. Maybe you just want a conversation, a closure, like, even if it's just a few texts. I do feel that there will be communication, there will be something. But I'm struggling to see this actually turn into something long term. But let's just finish on the romance angels here. Will you reconcile? Okay, so we've got express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Release your ex. This could be the one. Yeah, so for a lot of you, I do feel like your person is already in another connection. I mean, we've got the release your ex card here as well. So it could be that there's been a lingering ex on the scene. Maybe you're aware of that, maybe you're not, okay? Could be on your side, could be on their side. But I don't know, I feel like this is your person in pain here. Again, I see them feeling really stressed out about the two of you not being together. But like I said, they could be committed elsewhere. That's a very strong message. But obviously just leave that if it doesn't resonate. If you know that this person is single, they may be thinking that you are the person, the partner that they've been looking for, the person that they've been seeking, but they are still not ready for you. So they may have even manifested you into their life, and it's like they see you as the perfect person for them. But when they're in such a dark place, or they're not able to fully commit to you, this is where the struggle comes in. And I feel like this is you. Like, again, you're more innocent, you're ready to express your love, you're ready to be very open. Like, this is where you're at. And whether it's with them or whether it's with someone else, I just feel like you, group 2, are ready for a relationship. You're ready to be committed. Like, you're far more ready and available than your person is at this time. So in that respect, you're not aligning. You're not seeing eye to eye. And again, for them, it's like they need to release the past. They need to release some past baggage here. They need to release pain. They need to be able to be more optimistic, to find better coping strategies for what they're going through. Because again, they will just drag you down if not. And if they were the ones to end it as well, they may have intuitively been picking that up, okay, that they're going to end up bringing you down to their level. And they truly don't want that, because I do feel this person does care about you, even if they have a funny way of showing it. I do feel they have a care, but also a high level of respect. Okay, I feel like the way that you've treated them, they highly respect. Okay, because you're definitely very different from the type of person they've usually been with or connected to. Again, you're the person that they wished for. But it's like, as they say, be careful what you wish for, because when it comes true, it either may not be as it appears, you may not feel how you think you're going to feel, or it may be not the right timing. And I feel like that's what's going on in your person's mind. Like, why did they come in now? Why did group 2 come in now? Why couldn't they have come in later, when I was feeling better, when I'd healed this, or when I was single, or whatever these excuses are that they're throwing up into the atmosphere. Like, I feel like, but this is also part of them in victimhood, victim mentality at times. They can oftentimes blame other people or blame other situations, but instead of really reevaluating and taking a deep look at themselves as to why, this is happening. And it's like, again, they see everything happens to them and not for them. But again, I would definitely give your person a little bit of leeway, if you like, but especially if you know they've been through a lot of pain in their life. Because again, it's like, it's really hard to break out of that mold, this negative mold that they've got themselves stuck in. And to be able to see that, there are genuine people out there that do care, but you have to put yourself first at the end of the day, group 2. You have to look after yourself and preserve your innocence, your kindness, because not only is this beneficial for you, but I feel like you have so much wisdom and love to give to other people. It's like, if you were to be brought down to this person's dark place, you wouldn't be able to help other people the way that you do. So I also feel like Spirit is protecting you and protecting other people by ending this connection. Okay, because it's for your highest good and the greatest good of all that things are at an end at this point. But as I said, it's not to say you will never ever come back together, because this is not a forever reading. I would say that this is around a 6-month time frame, 3 to 6 month time frame. Things could of course change after that point. Maybe come back and watch this. Maybe you'll be drawn to a different pile in 6 months, or other pick a card readings. But at this very moment in time, I do feel like it is. This is over for the time being, and you're being guided to focus on new opportunities in love, or focus on your career, or helping other people, or remaining in this very optimistic, positive state of mind, this uplifted vibration, because this will serve you well, and the universe will reward you for this energy. Okay, and you can also send this person love and healing. Even if you don't want to, I know maybe it's too early, but at some point you can always say, you know what, I send this person love and peace, and I hope that they find their happiness one way or the other. So I really do hope that this resonates with you, Group 2. Please do comment below if it does. I would love to know what you think. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now. Okay, hi Group 3. So let's take a look for you as to whether you and your person will reconcile. So get them nice and clear in your minds. Take a deep breath in and out. Just get nice and relaxed. And let's see, will you and the person on your mind reconcile moving forwards? Will you reconcile? Okay, we have the North Node. Interesting, South Node. Solar eclipse, revolution. Wow. So that's pretty crazy, actually. They have the South and the North Node here. So this is definitely a very fated karmic connection. Now, just because it's karmic as well doesn't mean that it's meant to be over. I'm not terming it as like karmic, soulmate, twin flame, but just the way that you came together, I feel like was fated. Okay, like you were pulled together like magnets. So it may have been quite an unusual way that you met. Okay, it could be a very unique type of story, situation. Yeah, it could have been very serendipitous, like you weren't expecting to meet each other where or when you did. Like it does feel like it's come out of the blue. Like it was, yeah. It's very interesting, very interesting. Obviously, this isn't giving much away yet as to whether you'll actually reconcile. I mean, I'm going to pull more cards to see, but there is a potential here because of the revolution, okay, the solar eclipse. This brings about new change here. Maybe even something about your connection is kind of rebellious or unconventional. But I just feel like when you two met, it was like, wow, like you felt drawn to each other like magnets. And when you look at where you met or the timing of it, you can just see, wow, if I wasn't in this place at this time, or if you weren't in that place at this time, we would have never met. So it really does seem like a very powerful way in which you connected, and you definitely were destined to meet. Okay, so if you're wondering what the purpose was of you coming together, I mean, I feel like there are going to be multiple purposes here, but like it was divinely guided. You were meant to meet this person. Whether or not you were meant to reconcile with them, you were definitely meant to meet and come together one way or the other. But let's just see. Will you reconcile? We've also got the number 44 here, so it may be a number you're seeing in synchronicity. Oh. Okay, so we've got called soul, gifts and training. It's time to step up. Okay, will you reconcile? Will you and your person reconcile? Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. I'm just going to place a card on top of this just because it looks a bit sus for YouTube. You know how strict YouTube can be. Okay. I get the sense that you may be the one to have walked away from this. You may have been the one to end things. Now, whether this is that you communicated that to them, you were open and said, I'm not doing this anymore, it's over, or whether you just walked away in silence, okay? Or maybe it was your person that was silent with you and you decided to walk away. But then your person, I feel like there's a lot of heaviness around them. And right now, I feel like they're kind of disassociating a little bit. Like they don't seem like they are kind of with it. Like I see them here like they're floating in water. Okay, so they may actually be swimming a lot or spending a lot of time in water, spending a lot of time relaxing, it seems like, because I feel like this person has a lot of burdens on their shoulders. They've got a lot of responsibilities. And it may be that they couldn't carry the weight of this relationship as another responsibility. So they've pulled away in order to feel more free. Okay, something about the burdens here, they feel like it was too much. So maybe, again, this is within the connection. They felt like you may have needed more from them than they were able to give. Okay, so at the moment they feel like they've needed to let it go so they could feel, more free, like you do when you're just kind of floating in water. You know, you're kind of disassociating from reality. You just feel weightless. And that's the beauty of being in water, is the weightlessness, especially in life where you can feel so bogged down by all the responsibilities. I just had a wave of sickness, like nausea just come over me. Oh, so I don't know if your person is feeling sick about this, whether you're feeling sick. I feel like it's your person though. As the more I'm tapping into them, it's making me feel sick. They're not happy. They're not happy about this ending at all. But this may be why they are disassociating, why they are in this floating space here. They may have escapism tendencies. They may lean into drugs or alcohol, okay? Again, it depends how it manifests for your person. But if it's not drugs or alcohol, this could be movies, could be music. You know, they could have strong Pisces in their chart where they are able to escape, go into a fantasy land, a fantasy world, you know, where they are not thinking about the reality, not thinking about the weight of the world on their shoulders right now. Okay, so let's see though. Will you reconcile? Will you and your person reconcile? Group 3, will you and your person reconcile? Okay, will you and your person reconcile? Okay, so we've got the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. And then Lilith, the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. Now, you could have quite fair coloured hair. You could have fair golden hair. They could have much darker hair. Could be the other way around, though, of course. Just reverse it if it makes more sense. I feel like your person has gone through a lot of suffering. Like they've had a lot of painful things happen to them in their life. A lot of painful things. But I feel like that then causes them to scorn. Like they act like a woman or a man scorned at times. So it's like they take out their pain on other people, okay? They take out their pain on themselves in not always the healthiest of ways. But they are very, I would say, selfish, but not necessarily in a bad way, okay? Of course, you could take it in a bad way, and it's not just, they may do things that can be hurtful at times, but I feel like this is them trying to be authentic to themselves. They're trying to do things that they feel is right for them, is good for them to do. So it's like if they don't want to do something, they're not going to do it. Okay, if they don't feel like the connection is right in some way, they are not going to force it. Okay, I feel like they'd rather shy away from doing something rather than trying to fix it or to change themselves. Okay, they're not a person that wants to change themselves in any way. So it can be really hard to work with this person at times because they may struggle to see their own faults. They may struggle to see that what they do at times is wrong. I feel like they can struggle to take accountability, okay, for their part to play in either the demise of your connection or just when things go wrong in general. I feel like, yeah, they really struggle to see the other side of it. Okay. And I feel like they can very much play the victim, like, woe is me, poor me, why does everything bad happen to me? But they're not seeing that they are the common denominator of a lot of these bad things that do happen. And of course, it's not to blame them for everything bad that's happened to them in their life. I'm sure they've had many experiences that were not their faults. Okay. But I do feel it's something about your connection. The demise of your connection, I feel like, was more so their fault. So either they ghosted, or either they created an argument, or decided that things weren't going the way that they wanted to, or again, they were kind of just seeing things in their own way and kind of acting more sort of immaturely. I'm getting like this person definitely seems like they're less mature than you, whereas you're coming across much more wise. Okay, like you have a lot of wisdom because you've also been through a lot, but it's like you choose to see the good and they choose to see the bad. You choose to see how things could work out for the better. This person seems to look at all of the negatives and why it won't work out. So this is where there's a bit of a disparity between both of you. Like neither of you are really seeing eye to eye, and I feel like this is in part why the connection didn't get off the ground, or why there is a split. Okay, I feel like you were more ready for this connection than they were at this time. Okay, you may be spending a lot of time at home, or you may enjoy spending time at home, and this is the way that you process things. You may like to read a lot. I just feel like you're somebody that always likes to be learning and always wants to be evolving and growing. And you really can take accountability for your part to play in the relationship issues. Like you can truly look at yourself and say, yeah, you know what? I could have done this better. I could have communicated this more effectively, or, I could have been more patient, or I could have been more loving, or whatever it may be. Like you're able to see that side more easily than this person can see themselves like that. Like you have a more of an honest view on yourself than your person does. Okay. But still not giving me much yet as to whether you will actually get back together. So hopefully these next set of cards will bring that through. But if this does resonate, please do comment a red emoji if it's resonating yet, or later on, or just liking the video as well lets me know that this makes sense for you. So thank you in advance for that. Okay, so will you reconcile? Will you and your person reconcile? Yes or no? Okay, so we've got simply love, the crown chakra, success and growth. Will you and your person reconcile? Will you manage to reconcile and come back together, find balance? Clarity of belief. Okay. I do feel you will. That's given me the clarity that I needed. I definitely feel like you will reconcile and come back together, group 3. Because this is giving me a strong yes. This is the Ace of Swords. Okay. So I do feel there is more truth coming to light here. And I feel like it will be from your person. But you actually may be the one to initiate it, I sense, group 3. So you may reach out to them, or you may post something, or you bump into them, you make eye contact, or maybe you see them in person and you smile, and that gives them the green light to approach you. Or like I said, you post something on social media, or again, maybe you do reach out to them. Okay, there's something I feel like you initiate, but then this person comes in and feels comfortable enough to carry things forwards. Okay. So this may be that you decide to, share your truth with them if there's something that you kept to yourself. So again, if you were the one to walk away from this, you may decide to be more open as to why you did. Okay. But certainly you are going to communicate again, but I do feel like you're going to try to make it work. Now, obviously, it depends, and everyone's situations are going to be different as to whether you will actually make it work forever for the long term. But I do feel like you will at least try. You will try to come back together. You are going to have these obstacles that you come up against. But I feel like for you, you've been trying to find your inner peace through the back of this ending. Like you feel like things have not gone well. You feel like things have failed. And there's something about it being very quick as well. So maybe it was a very quick connection. Maybe it ended very quickly. Maybe it like ended far too quickly for you to even catch your breath. And now you're trying to like figure it out. Like, how did this actually end? How did this come together? And so, yeah, I feel like this is you feeling, you know what, I am ready for this. I am ready for this connection. Like, you may have been worried that maybe it wasn't the right timing, or that, yeah, were you truly ready to be in this romantic, this solid connection? But I feel like this time apart has led you to the conclusion that you are ready. You are ready and willing to give to this if they are open to receiving it. And your person does miss you, okay? They are missing you. They are longing for you. So they're not enjoying the separation between the two of you, even though they may bury their head in the sand. They may go into these escapism and victimhood mentalities. But I still feel like they miss you. And they may be questioning that at times. Like, why do I keep missing group 3? Why am I missing group 3 so much? Because I don't feel like this person is used to missing people. Again, because they seem to have this hardened shell, this outer shell, like they don't let many people in. They're not very trusting. They are quite suspicious, but at the same time, they do feel a sense of longing for you. Like they just want to be together. If you were together in person before, they long to be together again. Okay, or if this is somebody maybe you just spoke to online for a bit, but you never got it off the ground to actually meet in person. It's like they want to see you in person. I feel like they really want like sweet, intimate moments with you. Like I feel like they really want to hug you. Like it feels quite innocent in that way, actually. And with the 7th chakra, your person is also very spiritual, okay? Whether they are naturally spiritual or whether this is something that they actively practice, I do feel like, yeah, they've got a level of spiritual protection around them as well. And I feel like your person they are wanting a reunion, okay? But I feel like they are just taking their time. They're asking for guidance from spirit. Like, I don't feel like this person is asking advice from, like, other people. It feels more like this is, yeah, they're asking for inner guidance. They're asking for higher source guidance, okay, to know what to do next, how to progress this forward. So this may be as well why they're taking some time out, because they're really thinking about it. Like they don't genuinely know how to approach the situation yet. So again, this may be as well that they're waiting for a sign. They may have said to the universe, bring me a sign. If we are meant to be, or we're meant to get back together, bring me a sign. And so they may be waiting then for you to give them a sign, to give them some kind of a signal that you're still interested or that you still want them. And then I feel like they will come back towards you, okay? And you will try to make it work. I mean, like I said, this is a fated connection. You were meant to come together when you did. You were meant to come apart when you did. And when you come back together, it's divinely guided in the perfect timing, okay? So let's get some tarot messages now. I will get a time frame for you as well on this as to when you will get back together. But any more information about your future reconcile, please, Spirit? Any more information about your future reconcile? Okay, so we have the Chariot. Seven of Cups. 5 of Swords, Temperance, 9 of Cups. Yeah, so if anything, it feels like the connection is more on hold right now. I don't feel like it's actually over. I don't feel like it's over at all. Okay, certainly unfinished business here. But yeah, this definitely feels like it's more of a break. It's more of a break right now. But I just sense on your side, like you may have multiple options. You may even be juggling more than one person at this moment. However, if that is the case, I feel like you still just want them. Like you may be like, you know, I'm going to date such and such, speak to this person. But group 3 or, you know, this person has my heart, truly. Okay, and I feel like your person is exactly the same. Even if they are dealing with other people, they feel like you're the one that has their hearts. Okay, you're the one that they truly want. You're the one that they truly desire. Okay, and I feel like this is them throwing in the towel. Like they may be quite an argumentative person at times. Like they may always have this energy of they want to win. They have to win the fight. But then when it comes to relationships, when it comes to an argument, it shouldn't be about winning or losing. It should be about resolving the argument. And I feel like your person is maybe so used to being quite competitive, always needing to win. But when it comes to you, it's like they don't want to win. They just want to be with you. Okay. And I feel like they're starting to realize that now. Like, Okay, what have I actually gained here in this separation? What have I gained? Okay, maybe I said my piece. Maybe I've made them feel upset for how they treated me, or maybe, I said something cutting, or whatever it may be. You may feel like you've won the argument, but have you really won in the grand scheme of things? Okay. And again, you're both thinking this, but certainly for your person, I feel like this is them dropping their shield, dropping it all and saying, you know what, I don't care. I don't care about winning. I just want to be with you. I don't like how things are out of balance. They don't feel peaceful without you in their life. Okay, and I feel like they had to lose you to realize how much peace and harmony you actually brought them. You made them feel happy. You made them feel loved, safe and connected. And they are realizing that now. Okay, even if there is separation here by distance, we've got Sagittarius here. Even if there is a long distance between the two of you, they still, even just if it's talking to you by text or on the phone, like that's enough for them. Like that's what they want. They want you. Okay, 9 of Cups. Like you both feel the same way. You both feel very deeply for each other on an emotional level. Okay, and you both, when you're together, you make each other feel really happy. You really do. Okay, and I do see that there's more happiness on the horizon for the two of you. So let's just get some more information about your reconcile. Anything else you're needing to know from the romance angels? Wow, calling in your soulmate. So your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Separation. The time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So yeah, it's definitely a missing energy. Your person, like I said, really does miss you. That's come through so strongly. Okay, so if you're wondering whether they still care, whether they're still interested, they certainly do. They do care. They miss you and they long for you. But I feel like this is also a piece of advice for you here. Like, if you have been trying to manifest this person, or maybe you haven't been, but you could actually manifest them back in by thinking more positively, like by praying, by affirming, by visualizing you two coming together. You may be able to bring you back in together more quickly, potentially. Okay, but also by living in the present moment, by being grateful for everything that you have, because this heals the heart chakra. When the heart chakra is in balance, you're much more easily available to accept love coming in and to give love. Okay, so I feel like this is a message really for both of you. It's unfortunate, obviously, your person isn't watching the exact same video, or maybe they are. That would be weird, wouldn't it? But it's like you both need that. You both need to really appreciate the here and now. Okay, to appreciate when you are together, to really, really appreciate that. But even when you're not apart, almost appreciate the time apart and say, you know what, this is how it's meant to be. We are meant to be apart right now, and I appreciate that. It makes me appreciate them more with them being at a distance, or whatever it may be, or appreciating other things in your life. Because again, if you want to manifest and attract things into your life, gratitude is one of the best ways to go about it. Being grateful for everything you already have, and you will start to attract more of that abundance to you. But yeah, you could see this as a soulmate connection, a soul connection, that this is your other half. Okay, and I do feel you both feel the same. It's reciprocal energy that you both feel. It's very, very powerful. Again, the fact that the South and North Node came out together, that's incredibly rare, a rare combination of cards to come out. So you were divinely guided together, you were divinely guided apart, and you will be divinely guided back together. Okay, so let me just pull the Astro dice to get you a time frame as to when this will happen. Okay, so we've got the number 11, so it could be 11 days from now, could be the 11th of the month, could be 11 weeks. Okay, I don't feel like this is super quick. Okay, I feel like it may take a little bit longer because of Taurus as well here. Taurus is the slowest moving of all of the signs being fixed Earth. Okay, but Uranus is very changeable. It's very shocking. So I do feel like when you come back together, it's going to take you both by surprise, but also take other people by surprise, because maybe you've both shared that things are over, and people around you think, oh, okay, that's that. But then you get back together and everybody's like, oh, wow, what? Didn't see that coming. Okay, but also I just feel like you'll both feel that way inside. Like you both may be feeling you want to be back together, but the other person doesn't. So you may be thinking, oh, there's no way it's going to actually happen, but something about it seems like it's shocking, or even the way that you come back together will seem unexpected in a sense, okay? And then maybe even the timing, okay? And it could even be quick. Could be like 11 hours from now. It could be 11 a.m., 11 p.m. that you next hear from them, that you next reach out to them. But like I said, something, you will give them some sort of signal, and then they will come back to you. So again, maybe it's not something necessarily overt, but there's some sort of sign or signal you'll give them, and that will make them feel comfortable to approach you again. So this is what I see for you. If this does resonate, please comment a green emoji or anything that you like. I would love to know what you think. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link to my website is below. I do hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.